To offer a thorough context and background for those unfamiliar with the current scientific explanation of the universe's origin.
I'll stop you there, considering that you decided to use this meme, this goddamn meme that says there was nothing, then it exploded, and presenting that as what the Big Bang Theory posits. It's just fucking wild. There wasn't nothing, and it did not, by any account, explode. God damn. It really is a no seconds in and completely wrong kind of video today. I wouldn't expect less from Eric Dubay, the dumbest flat earther that ever flirted.
Specifically, the Big Bang Theory, which describes the emergence of space, time, and all matter.
Well, even that's inaccurate. It doesn't describe its emergence, it describes its expansion. It's the bit after time, space, and matter happened, effectively. Although at least you haven't used the word explosion yet. Although the fact that I can only assume you are the one that puts these memes there, I do have to wonder, unless he just doesn't read them and just puts it there assuming it correlates to what he's saying. Probably because he can't read.
Let us examine this official naturalistic explanation presented by an unbiased AI chatbot.
Wait, what? Why? Why would you do this? There's so many reasons that's a fucking terrible idea. For one, there exists, actual explanations of it from scientific institutions, the actual words from actual people for how the things work. Because secondly, AI chatbots, they lie. They make things up. They will give inaccurate explanations for things. So it's not unbiased, it's untethered to fucking reality. Now, that's not to say they aren't capable of giving accurate information, but you can't rely on them for pretty much fucking anything. And you'll really want to source your information from, fucking people. Or, at least things people have written.
The Big Bang Theory is the prevailing scientific explanation for the origin of the universe.
Well, it certainly doesn't say what your second goddamn explosion meme says. For Christ's sake, it's like you want to completely nuke your credibility from orbit. Not that you have any with people who actually understand anything about science, but still, I guess the people you are actually talking to, this kind of, lie, actually increases your credibility, because if you actually showed accurate shit, their heads would explode.
According to this theory, the universe began as a singularity, a point of infinite density and temperature, approximately 13.8 billion years ago. At that moment, the universe rapidly expanded, undergoing a process known as cosmic inflation.
Eric, do you not see how what you just read in no way reflects these two images? How? How do you say one thing and show another and not think to yourself, one of these things must be inaccurate. One of these is definitely not correct. I mean, again, while what this chatbot is saying sounds fine to my ears, that doesn't mean it's something you should rely on for fucking anything, on its own at least. But yeah, the fact that you can't seem to detect this contradiction is as amazing as it is completely unsurprising.
This allegedly led to the formation of space, time, and all matter and energy in the universe today.
What are the chances that he added in the allegedly? I mean, it wouldn't be beyond the guy to just change the things he's reading to say something ever so slightly different in order to support his worldview, otherwise known as fucking lying. Weird that he didn't just show the text as it was presented to him.
Question.
I hope it's not the one in the background, because that's some stupid ass shit right there. Again, not an explosion, an expansion. And guess what, dipshit? Yes, the universe is fucking expanding right now. Way to show twice as hard just how fucking little you know about the subject that you are calling bunk. You couldn't debunk the Big Bang even if it was wrong, because you know so vanishingly little about it. You can't even figure out why your own shit is so goddamn wrong.
In a courtroom hearing scenario that aims to scrutinize the credibility and plausibility of the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, fuck me. A courtroom? Yeah, of course. Where all the science is being done by fucking lawyers and getting judged to be true or false by random fucking jurors or judges or whatever with the expertise in goddamn nothing to do with that science. That's how we judge things to be reflective of reality. Goddamn courtrooms. The fact that you even brought up such an idea demonstrates as a matter of fact that your opinions on any scientific discipline are completely fucking worthless.
I seek an unbiased evaluation of each claim presented above.
No, you fucking don't. You seek anything, and I mean anything, that might allow you to continue to believe whatever nonsense version of reality you currently hold in that near-empty head of yours. And anything includes out-and-out lies, deliberate misrepresentations, and refusal to understand the things that people far smarter than you explain in agonizing detail. Although, to be fair, far smarter than Eric does include a bag of mulched donkey assholes, so that's not saying much.
Assessing each claim to determine its nature, whether it involves speculation, conjecture, inference, or if its assertions are founded on undeniable evidence to support them beyond being merely theoretical.
Assessing them individually seems all well and good, but misses a key component of how most scientific ideas work. They have this habit, right, of supporting each other. So even if something is quote-unquote merely an inference, the fact that it is an inference based on other ideas and evidence makes it something extremely likely to be accurate. Also, there's the fact that these things also do predictions. You take the idea, you apply it to reality, and see if the prediction it makes is accurate to said reality. If it is, there's a real good chance it's true. Remind me again of how many flat earther ideas make accurate predictions about reality. Oh, that's right, fucking none of them.
To evaluate these official scientific accounts previously outlined.
Official scientific accounts. I have never heard science referred to as official. What a strange way to put that. You know, it's almost like he uses words to try and make it sound like it's not accurate science that works and does things, but simply what they are saying it is. And you can't ever believe the official story because those are always lies, forgetting the fact that most idiotic conspiracies are in fact entirely fucking fabricated.
Please answer the following questions.
I'll try, I guess, but you know no one watching your videos is gonna be an expert, right? I mean, okay, some of them probably are, and maybe even some of them make video responses too, but most people responding to you in any given way are going to be interested laymen at best, trying to find out the best and most accurate information that they can. And there's of course nothing wrong with that until you pretend you are actually looking for answers and then you don't, find some fucking experts. It is weird how people who claim to be truth seekers are not interested in the people who might, have it.
1. How did science determine that the singularity was infinitely dense and of infinite temperature?
By, doing science? I don't know, man. That's a weird question. Science is done by doing it. If you weren't doing science, then it wouldn't be science. Maybe I'm just being pedantic, but it's just an odd way to phrase it. Anyway, it's a prediction based on everything we have seen about the universe, as I understand it anyway. They saw what the universe is doing, that it is expanding, and then did the work to figure out what happened to that in reverse. And the singularity is what comes out from that. It's like asking, how do you know this pile of crumpled up metal used to be a car? Well, if you can calculate the forces that went through it, you could work backwards and see the shape before you smashed it into a wall at 200 miles an hour because you were bored.
Answer. The determination of the singularity's infinite density and temperature is based on theoretical models and mathematical calculations within the framework of general relativity.
I absolutely love the way he highlighted theoretical models. It's always the same with these fuckers. They think because theory is used to mean guess by the layman's, that a theoretical model is also just a guess. But that's not how that shit works. These are guesses in the same way that a murder investigation is a guess, since you like the courtroom analogy so much. When done properly, the science, figuring out things we aren't sure of yet, is still based on things that we do know are real, and the predictions they make that we can check largely hold true. If they didn't, we would know it was nonsense. Not that you know how to actually check anything.
According to these theoretical models, as we trace the expansion of the universe backward in time, it reaches a point of extreme density and temperature, which is termed the singularity.
Again, highlighting theoretical. If he was honest, he would just say the words of this, which at the moment is relatively accurate, although to be fair, he does do that a lot. He will take a fairly accurate explanation of a scientific principle, say it verbatim, and then at the end call it ridiculous and move on. I would call it intellectual laziness if I thought the guy had anything even approaching a fucking intellect.
However, it is important to note that the concept of infinite density and temperature arises from the limitations of our current understanding of physics.
I can only assume that these are not his words, because while that is true, there isn't a fucking chance that he understands the subject well enough to come to such a conclusion. And it doesn't mean that what we understand about how it works in its totality isn't largely true and accurate. And the fact that he's using criticisms that likely come from science to refute the science is exactly the kind of shit that someone who doesn't understand any of it would mistake for a debunking, rather than the ongoing process of science keeping checks on itself. You know, the thing that flat earthers never do.
The singularity represents a breakdown in our ability to describe the universe accurately using our current scientific theories.
Here's the problem with the singularity. It is, again, a prediction, but the people doing the science aren't saying this is definitely what happened. It's just what happens when you work backwards from a classical Big Bang model. But the Big Bang itself is still very much something that happened. We would not be in our current state today if the universe was not expanding. And things that are expanding were smaller before. So even if the singularity turns out to be incorrect as a conclusion, that's not likely to change dick all about any other conclusions.
2. What is the basis for measuring the accuracy of this infinite density?
Right, so he goes through a few of these kinds of questions, repeatedly highlighting words like inference and theory, as if doing so fucking means anything, and is an attempt at a reduction argument. All these things don't prove the Big Bang on their own, therefore the Big Bang is wrong, But that is not how it works. When you have so many things that in small ways demonstrate some conclusion, all being supportive of each other, making sense together and pointing at that same conclusion, you can be pretty damn sure it's actually right. Anyway, I hate to skip it, but it'll be in the background here so you can pause and read it if you really want. But there's only so many ways I can say, yes, but that doesn't refute the Big Bang in any way. Let's see what his takeaway is instead. Spoiler warning, it's going to be fucking stupid. What a surprise.
It's important to note that our understanding of the detailed processes involved in the formation of space, time, matter, and energy is continuously evolving. Ongoing research, observations, and theoretical advancements contribute to refining our knowledge and providing a more comprehensive understanding of the early universe.
I love the fact that the highlighted theoretical and advancement, basically demonstrating that he doesn't understand that theories becoming more robust and having better explanatory power is an extremely good thing. You know, because he's too smart to understand the things that he reads out loud.
So it can be summarized that the Big Bang Theory relies heavily on indirect observation, interpretation, inference, and theoretical models. This reliance introduces numerous uncertainties at every turn, from the theory's inception to its current status as the most widely accepted scientific explanation for the origins of space, time, and matter.
So fucking what? That doesn't change its status as basically the most robust explanation. No explanation for the origins of the universe currently comes close to explaining how the universe started while accounting for as much evidence as it can. And there's not one explanation that comes from the mouths of flat earthers that can do anything of the sort. You know why? Because they don't fucking do any science. Their understandings of the universe are based off incredulity to, things that are actually demonstrable and work, and total uncritical belief of the ramblings of complete idiots, and books written by people who had no idea that the sun and daylight were fucking connected.
If you have not yet considered it, it is important to recognize the significant challenges faced by the Big Bang Theory from its inception.
No one who understands the science behind the origins of the universe thinks that there aren't challenges, god damn it. Also, another fucking meme that shows you are an ignorant jackass asking how come the universe be 13.8 billion years old, but there is galaxy that be 32 billion light years away, which sounds like a good question if you don't know how big the observable universe is. It is 90 billion light years across, meaning that A, it's almost certainly way fucking bigger than that because observable, and B, that of course we can fucking see that. It's well within those bounds. Unfortunately, you don't seem to understand that years and light years are different fucking things. One is a unit of time, the other distance, you dumb asshole. And that's not to forget that light isn't the only thing that we are considering, seeing as space is expanding. Man, it's even more obvious just how little you know about this topic. I'm starting to think that Eric might be a bit of a moron.
This theory seeks to trace the mysteries of the universe back 13.8 billion years to determine its origins, a monumental task given the involvement of boundless pressure, temperature, energy, matter, and inconceivable forces.
Yeah, it's difficult, and I hate to harp on this point over and over again, but what exactly have you done to progress that understanding? That's right, fucking nothing. As a matter of fact, all you have ever attempted to do is hinder that work. I mean, poorly mind, seeing as anyone who is actually doing the real science doesn't give a shit what you say, and more than likely doesn't have a clue you even exist. But that doesn't mean you aren't having a negative impact on people who could be doing this work in the future, as your fans go forth and spread your nonsensical gibberish as if it's fact, because they were lied to by a con man.
To accurately place our trust in this theory, we would need a formidable and reliable method that allows us to observe the entire universe in reverse.
No, we fucking don't. Again, we make predictions, so many of them can be taken away from the things we do with the information that we have. I mean, sure, to have a 100% accurate understanding, that would be really helpful, but so much of science isn't that anyway, and we know those things work too. Also, no one says anything like your yet again stupid fucking meme. Everyone knows that religious people can do accurate science, so there's nothing wrong with understanding and accepting their accurate claims, but I'll bet you their religious claims aren't that.
Effectively unfolding it step by step to reconstruct this colossal singularity and its unimaginable explosive force.
And there it is, fucking explosions, I told you, because of course he said that. Of course you think that's what it says, even though you just spent 8 bajillion fucking years reading out explanations that at no point used the word explosion. You cannot help yourself, can you? You have to be wrong about everything you say, because if you were ever even remotely scientifically accurate in your beliefs and your claims, then the universe would fucking explode, and not a moment too goddamn soon.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the